Shalom, everyone, and welcome to Israel. We find ourselves in the week of the Torah portion of Korach. Korach was a great leader, a very righteous individual, and he led a revolt against Moses and the appointment of his brother Aaron as the high priest. He felt that he deserved it perhaps, and his argument really was one that, why do you, Moses, and your brother Aaron differentiate yourselves, separate yourselves from the rest of the community? We're all holy. We all heard God speak at Mount Sinai. All of us. So why do you separate yourself? Sounds like an incredible argument. Very strong. In fact, so strong especially for us today because it very much touches upon a lot of the issues we find in the world today, in our lives today. A lot of the things that Korach argued, we see being argued by society nowadays as well. Why should there be any kind of differences between us? No, we're all one. We're all special. The fact of the matter is that God did indeed create the world with a hierarchy. God did indeed create the world with boundaries and with separations. Perhaps one could make the argument, yes, in the future we will all be in a different state of being, and in the future, indeed, the Levites will take the place of the Kohanim. And so, in terms of the future, Korach's argument works. However, in terms of the present, it does not only not work, it does a disservice, it does a great deal of harm, in fact. Nowadays, we see that people are breaking down the boundaries between male and female, breaking down the boundaries between this and that. Boundaries are so crucial to the world. God created the world with boundaries. God needs the world to function with boundaries. And not only that, the hierarchy is necessary for the good and welfare of all. Were we to say, oh, what need do I have? Why do we need tzaddikim? Why do I need you, Moses? We're all holy. We can all just learn for ourselves. We can sit and study by ourselves. We have the Torah. We can just study it. Why do we need rabbis? Why do we need talmidim chachamim, Torah scholars? Why do we need tzaddikim, righteous individuals? We're all holy. We're all learned. We can all do this. This is something that unfortunately many still argue to this day, and they don't realize that it's one of the greatest challenges of our generation, and it's one of the greatest things keeping us from full and complete redemption. We'll add one small detail that just happens to be that a person, the Alter Rebbe said, a person needs to live with the times, and what this means is that one has to live with the portion of the week, and being as this week is the week of Machloket, the week of conflict, the conflict of Korach and his rebellion against Moses, we can actually see something quite interesting in Israeli politics, of all things. See, we know that for years now, we haven't had a government over here. And every time they try and form a coalition, it just doesn't work. What happened recently now is that it seems like there is a government that might just in fact come together. Why? Because one of the individuals who believes outwardly and hopefully inwardly in the belief in the truth of the Torah, in the truth that this land, the land of Israel, belongs to the Jewish people, decided to go ahead and make a coalition with people that are more centrist, people that are left-leaning, with Arabs who don't even necessarily believe in the right of the Jewish people to all of this land. And what is his argument? His argument is, it's for the sake of unity, it's for the sake of peace. We learn from Korach that you can go ahead and you could say it's for the sake of peace and it's for the sake of unity. But if you are selling the principles by which God has founded this world, principles of the importance of boundaries, of privacy, of separation, of hierarchy, if you go ahead and you use that beautiful mask of peace and unity as your argument, but in truth, you're going against the ideals and the principles of Torah, you better know that in the end, no good will come from this. And while you're arguing it's for the sake of peace and it's for the sake of unity, in the end, all that will come of it will be conflict and the opposite of unity disharmony. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.